should be from the factory. They do not work like that from the factory. See how smooth that is going around there? That took a lot of tuning, but that's got the proper weights on it. That's the way it should be from the factory. All right, so today we're going to see if we can source some materials to work on the layout in the 65, and then kind of clean up a little bit behind the house to get ready for the, see which way should I go here. The fiber is going to be installed tomorrow. I see some PVC there, some 4-inch. I didn't think I had that. There's the poison ivy right there. Just don't want to step on it. Get it all in the house. So here's some 4-inch PVC. I hope it's not warped too bad sitting out here. But we might be using that. Here's one of my old targets I had out on the property. What do you think shot holes in that? What was I shooting when I hit those? Yeah. Back in the good old days. Put some holes right through those little spinners. Yep. Sue. It's all right. It's okay. See? Everything's all right. So here's what we ended up with. Got a good block of wood. Need that for the jacks. 2 PVCs, which technically is about $64 worth of PVC now. And then some other little stuff. A bucket of springs. That's going to come in handy. All right, let's see if the 65 is ready for, wants to go for a ride today. Yep. It's ready to go. So I'm going to work on the layout. I got some materials. So this is what I got in mind. So see this lip right here? It's about 1.5 inch lip, maybe 1 inch. The PVC pipe will set on there perfectly. And I can run the plastic stuff across that. And it's light and it's structural. You know, it'll handle this little span that it needs to take, 74 inches. It'll even handle the solar panels on the top. Let's hope I don't have to source this piece, because that would be a job taking that down. I also found this in the garage. It was just sitting up there. Like, why is this there? And looking, this is why it's there. So if you're familiar with Austin, back in the day, check this out. These are in mint condition. I'm going to keep these in the house now. I really don't want to unroll them, but it's the poster that I have hanging. I'll show you. I don't want to unroll it, but it's these posters back when I worked at Continuum, 1994. So these are pretty old, and I have in mint condition, let's see, 1, 2, 3 of them. And then I'll show you what it looks like here in the house. So that's what it is. It's a Silicon Hills from 1994, back when I worked at Continuum. They gave me 4 of them. And I've had this one hanging up in the house in different spots. But it's got all the old businesses, Dell, Texas Instruments back in the day. There's Continuum. I spent half of my professional career in that building. Austin Computers, TechWorks. If you're familiar with Austin and these old companies, I mean, there's a lot of history here. And the artwork on this is amazing. Look at the artwork just on that little section of the poster. Look at the bus. There's the UT Tower. There's the Capitol. There's One American Center. I worked in that building a ton. I spent a lot of days in that building. So yeah, this was when I was heavy into network cabling. I wired a lot of these buildings downtown, and the ones that are not even on this poster at the time. There's the Armadillo. Yep, a lot of memories here. Where's 3M? There's 3M. I worked at 3M for a while. That was up there off of 2222 360. So yeah, this poster is really cool. Unisys worked there. You worked at Motorola. VTEL, Semitech worked there. I've worked pretty much in every one of these buildings. ITT, Summa Graphics worked there. Tandem, pulled cable in that one. Carroll Touch worked there. IBM works there. I need to find the buildings I haven't worked at, and that would be easier. CompuAdd, yeah. So anyway, found those in the garage. So they were in that 4-inch PVC that we might end up using. So yeah, that's kind of a score right there. All right, I got my little jig set up here. So this smaller pipe is my measurement pipe. I triple checked, and it's exact measurement there. So I got this against this aluminum piece, and I'm going to take my Sharpie and line it up and just spin it like that with constant pressure against there, and boom. That's my cut mark. And I'm going to drill a hole, small hole, and we're going to use our happy little saw here. This thing is old, and it's cut a lot of floor tiles and stuff in clean rooms when I was doing networking to build out MDFs, IDFs, knock rooms, all the fun stuff. Much better than a Sawzall. I'm gonna knock off all these edges here. Before I knock off the edges, let's see how much I have to knock off. Let's put her in there. See if this is actually gonna work like I think. So we'll set that up in there. Look at that, like a glove. So I wanted 8 of these yesterday, but that's just not in the... This is just for fun, something I'm doing, just take a break on working on the intense stuff around the property. And of course, though, if it's got a bow, I'll put it towards the top if it has a little bit of a bow. But I wanted 8 of these every foot. I was going to do 8 every foot like this. Yeah, I thought this was... I've had this since I was doing a lot of cabling work. So I found a date code, 1998. So yeah, this thing's getting on up there. That's the same age as my truck. So yeah, I love this jigsaw. It's got all these cool adjustments for angles and everything. Or if you want the blade to start cutting in like that. Yeah. Well worth what I paid for it back in the day. Now what does something like that cost? This is another reason why I'm taking my time doing this, because as get closer to the front of the truck, the bed tapers a little bit. It gets a little more narrow, and it's a little bit wider. I need to rescue that butterfly in the truck. See if I can roll the window down from here. Get him out of there, because he'll die. For some reason, they can't figure out that the window is right here. They always fly straight into the glass. And it will die if I don't rescue the butterfly. There you go. You got to watch out for that. I also have some 4-inch here. So I'm going to take this down and see if that's a little bit longer than that other piece that I just put on there. And that will get me a lot further too. We might be able to make 4 pieces if I'm lucky. And I got a T there to work with if I need to. So this is how I designed this so it could be a quick disconnect for maintenance. This is a metal pole. It's in the ground. And I just had the bottom tied so it wouldn't flop around. It really didn't even need that. That was kind of overkill. So I put that other piece of PVC pipe up there. You'll see why here. So let's see if I can get you a good shot of that. This thing is pretty heavy. Just lift it up off that pole and boom. We got us a quick disconnect birdhouse right there. And let's bring it on down. This thing's got some weight to it. So see how I designed that? That was a PVC and then the boards on the top so the pipe didn't go all the way through. Yep, quick disconnect, it worked great. But this thing's gonna be retired and repurposed. All right, so I need to take down this piece too out of the living room studio. It's kind of lame, but I gotta do it. And I can replace it with something else I got around here. Just sitting up there without any T in the middle, it's really rigid. So that's pretty cool. I might have enough to do 5. Now that I got this T down here to work with, I can use that as a down support for the middle. So I'm thinking about taking some shorter pieces, and if I can make it span across there with that T. Coming right along, I don't have the pipes fine-tuned. What I'm going to do is just kind of grind off on the concrete, the very edges, so they kind of stay put, because this kind of goes down at an angle here, so it's going to fit perfect. So I got to fine-tune those. That's not a big deal. And I'm also going to put this T right down here, kind of in the middle, and it's going to rest right on this piece right here. So I just got to do some fancy cutting there. Measure 3 times and cut once, and that T will be right there, and that T will interconnect with this one. So it'll be more of a structural load-bearing setup for the solar panels, because there's going to be extra weight in the middle. I'd like to have 2 T's, but that's going to work just fine for now. So it's coming right along, and next I will be sourcing all this stuff I have around the property. I have it everywhere, and then that's the plan. So once I get that done. All right, so it's all coming together now. The middle one, I got a T in here to help support the solar panels more. So I lined it up perfectly with this little cross member that goes across the bed here. And there's a hole already here that I lined it up with. So that hole, I just took a piece of water hose here and I cut the end. I'm just gonna stick that water hose in here and give her a good twist where it's nice and tight, and that's gonna fit in there really good. And then I'll take this part right here and send this right down here over that. And that'll stop it from sliding out, you know, on the bottom side. There's gonna be a tension on this. It's not gonna move anyway, but that's just kind of a safety thing. So that's that. And then in a second, I'll show you the overall. All right, so I wanted 8 of these, but this is what I had around the house. And I ended up with 5. 8 would have been perfect, but 5 will work. So I got the T in the middle, and the solar panels are gonna be sitting on top of the T. And then this is the stuff that I got. Somebody was gonna throw away all this stuff, and I kept a lot of it. This is what they put on the top of greenhouses and sun porches or whatever. All right, this is what I got so far. I got a lot more of this stuff. This is just in there, you know, temporarily, just to show you what it's gonna be like. I'm gonna end up having another panel behind this one. This will all be even, it won't be overlapped, so it'll be like this. And I really wish I had 8 of these pipes, but it's gonna be pretty good. I might go get one more, I don't know. I might spend $32 on this project, but I really don't want to. So anyway, another solar panel there. I'm probably going to move the fuel cell back here. So I'll have to drop the tailgate to put gas in the truck. Not a big deal. Kind of lame, but I'll figure that one out. I still might make a trap door for the fuel cell. I'll have to figure that one out. But I want to be able to pull the fuel cell out. So if I have it up there with a trap door, it's going to be kind of hard to wrestle out of there. But the perfect car to run around the slot car track is a car that I made out of trash. The only thing I bought with these googly eyes, everything else was just stuff that would be thrown in the trash. This foam, of course the LEDs I had to buy, but everything else was made out of trash. And of course I just put the skulls on there because there's going to be skull cars on the track because it's going to have that kind of theme. So the skull's probably going to fall off, but I'm just doing this for the video right now. And at nighttime, the thing will light up really cool. See? Look at that. So I'm going slow right now. I'll take the skull off and I can go get another car to go faster. But it's the right height. I'm going to put another solar panel on here. And that way I can get the train on here as well. And that will be really cool. And I have plans on, of course it's going to run on the truck solar power. So I'm going to go get another car and see how smooth the track is. A faster car. This one's fast, but not with a skull on it. Let's just take the skull off and see what it'll do. Let's just take that off of there. And that. We can leave the small skull on there. It can take a ride. Alright, I'm going to hit it going around. Well, there went that skull. So yeah, it's pretty quick. So yeah, it's going to work pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to keep this type of, I'm probably going to put the smaller track, but I need to order more small track. So this is what I have right now. I don't think I'm going to do the 1/32 scale, but it definitely fits a 1/32 scale, but it's kind of a boring layout. So the G-scale train, I'm going to do my best to fit it around this corner here. I might have to move this intersection over here. And I haven't figured out if the solar panels are going towards the back more or towards the front, and the majority of the layout's going to be back here. But the further I get the panels away from the cab, the less shadowing issues I'm going to have. So there we go. I'm going to go get a different car that goes a little bit faster and shut the tailgate just in case it tries to fly off. And we'll test it out with a different car. All right, this car I tricked out with LEDs and weights, and a lot of weights. So I designed it to fishtail and act more like a realistic car to scale. So it's going to spin the tires. It's got lights in the front and back. It'll fishtail like that. It'll spin all the way around. And it's made to go on a track that's got some sides on it. So let's see if we can get it to fishtail around here. There we go. Let's do it around the other side. See how that works? So this is going to be like the hit car on the track. I'm going to have to put some sides on it so it doesn't fly off. That's the cool part about that car, is it's designed to do that. I put the weights on there to make it work better. So Scale Electric, if you want to hire me to redesign your cars, you got my YouTube channel. So that's the way the cars should be from the factory. They do not work like that from the factory. See how smooth that is going around there? That took a lot of tuning, but that's got the proper weights on it. That's the way it should be from the factory. I'll show you one later, not today, that doesn't have my testing, my weights that I designed on there, how it acts. It's a night and day difference. It just really doesn't work that well. This one is amazing the way I got it tuned. And so you can nail it on the straights. Or we can come around here and bump the side like that. We'll go around here and nail it coming out of the corner. But this car is better on the inside track. It's got a longer layout. And it's got the side rails. So when it does a fishtail, it stays on more of the track and you can punch it more. This is too small of a track for this car. But yeah, it works good. I might keep this track in here for a while. I got time to put other tracks in here. If I can get Scale Electric to sponsor this, it'll look a lot cooler once I get the stuff painted, or indoor-outdoor carpet. I'm probably going to put indoor-outdoor carpet if I can find some stuff cheap enough. But yeah, at nighttime it looks really cool because I put green LEDs in the cab. We'll do one more little fishtail around here. Right there. That's good. All right. So that's what I got. And maybe tomorrow I'll put the train on here just to mock up the train and start doing some wiring. And I'll probably relocate my fuel cell back here to the tailgate, because if I do it like this, I got this space back here, right here, where I could pump the fuel, the primer bulb, and that way, and I could almost fuel it up from back here if I have this much space. But then if the car flies off the track, it's going to fall here. So I might put some kind of floor down here to catch the cars. That way I still have space for the fuel cell, because it'd be nice to be able to fill up without having to lift anything. So this is probably the concept I'm going to work with here, is this right here and have this much space in the back. So like if I'm at a car show, I might let the tailgate down. I just don't know yet. These tailgates, to get them open and close is a bear, because the way I have it adjusted, the tailgate doesn't flop back and forth. I got sick of hearing that rattling sound, so I put that rubber isolator in there. And you got to really push on this hard. It's a knuckle buster to get this thing shut, but no more rattling. Listen to that. All right, so that's what it's going to look like. Of course, we're going to have some type of, it's either going to be painted or indoor outdoor carpet. So we're just going to see how it rides. I'm not going to go fast. And in theory, I can run the cars from in the cab. I just don't have it running on truck power yet. So I had to run it on grid power. But I will have it running on solar power on the truck. I'll probably do the wiring tomorrow. And there's the neighbors. So yeah, I got it done. And it's going to be cool to be cruising around out in the country with hopefully the train, and the train will fit back there. That'll be the next thing. So tomorrow I'm going to mess with the mock up the train and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to look for some indoor outdoor carpet. But yeah, it's riding good back there. Of course, I couldn't go 60 with the cars back there, but the neighbor wants to talk to me, so I'm gonna stop and talk to the neighbor.
What's up? Oh, look at
What's happening? All right, time for some butchering up chat names and some ripping and reading. All right, so Jared Allen says, oh, by the way, I got the layout. Obviously, you saw the layout, how I wanted it originally. Lower than the bed level, and I got to use the materials that I sourced, and I actually get to take back $40-something worth of crates back to Walmart. So the project's going the direction I want to now, because I don't have to spend any money on it. So anyway, back to this last video. This is the comments from Krusty Cab Cold Start. I didn't know what to name the video because it was kind of all over the place, but that's what I named it. So Jared Allen commented, awesome video as always. That was so cool seeing Krusty Cab. Need to take a cruise with him in the 65. Hugs and love from me and Bree. Give Bree a big hug for me. Yeah, he said he's gonna let me drive it. We're gonna do a full review on this truck, and I'll do a drivability review on it as well. So that's coming up sometime in the near future. All right, so Jess Olson says, you'll come up with something. Yes, and like I did today, I sourced in the cotton trailer, as you saw, I found 20 foot of 4-inch sewer pipe, and then I had some stuff in the house and then some stuff in the garage. Katie says, Krusty Cab is gorgeous. Please sound the horn when you take us for a cruise. I'll definitely do that, especially if I'm doing a live from there. Alright, Jess Olson says, the inflation. Yeah, that was the word of the day yesterday. It's still the word of the day for everybody. Sun Honey Studio says, mad for the Plaid and the 59 Krusty Cab. 57 Krusty Cab. Yeah, it's a badass truck. He tore that thing down from the ground up. He built the frame in that truck. Everything was built custom. The only thing he did not build is the outside body part, but he modded a lot of stuff. Like you can see where he shaved the glove compartment, and there's so much detail he put into that truck. It's just, that guy's got more talent than anybody I know when it comes to building vehicles, and skills. Unbelievable. Like right there, that compartment right there you're looking at, it can double as a cooler. He's got one on each side, and they're insulated. So anyway, all right. Loud Red says, oh, that is a real bummer, but you know prices are ridiculous. Back to square one. The Ford is beautifully detailed. Yeah, it is. So yeah, back to square one, and I found some pipe around the house. So yeah, I made something from nothing. And Jonathan Johnson says, what was the song playing around 6:30? That's Natasha Maeve. And as far as I'm concerned, she's the best female rapper on earth. She's just, the message she puts out, the way she speaks, she's just a very high intelligent, enlightened person. Makes me feel, I mean, just talking to her, yeah, she's, for as young as she is, she's in her, I don't know, 30 something, I don't know her exact age, but amazing what she knows for her age. And yeah, Natasha Maeve on YouTube. I put the link in the reply there, Jonathan. So I will feature some more of her music in the future because it's also copyright free. But yeah, look at that truck. So that looks like that's it on comments there. It's about getting close to 10 o'clock. I'm just now getting to reading the comments from yesterday's video. And I still have to edit this video and get it transcoded, uploaded, do a thumbnail for it, wait for YouTube to process it, and probably 3 hours later, it'll finally be on YouTube. It takes forever to do dailies, and you can't just publish it. I can't just publish it as soon as I upload it because it's not processed. And when you start watching the video, if it's not processed completely, it will show you the 480p horrible quality. So that's why it takes so long to do dailies. And if you do daily YouTubes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to start doing the wiring on the layout in the 65 now that I got the mock-up done. And it's going to stay in there permanently at this point because I kind of liked how it turned out. And I'm going to put the train in there. It's a G-scale train. And I'm going to do my best to put the little HO track in there as well. So we'll have the 132nd in there for now. We'll have the HO and the G-scale train if I can pull that off. But real estate's going to be high dollar in the back of that truck when I'm done. Alright, love you all. We'll do this again tomorrow. And don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe. It's free to do that. And if you share it on your face pages and all that stuff, social media, that really does help the channel so I can help build this channel. Love you all. We'll do this again tomorrow.